Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. Today I'm creating on an 8x10 gallery depth canvas, creating this beautiful piece using rice paper. And here are some of the products I'll be using: raw umber, fluid acrylic, phthalo turquoise, and the ultramarine violet. And then this is the beautiful rice paper. And I'll be sure to list all of these products in the description box or on my blog. So I'm just prepping this rice paper to put on my canvas. I am cutting it down to measure 8x10, wanting to really preserve the design. And so I cut a little bit off of the top and a little bit off of the bottom, and then just a smidge on one side to get that to fit exactly on the canvas. There was so much beauty in the pattern on this rice paper that I didn't want to sacrifice any of it. So I did use the whole page, and then I just did some mixed media around the focal elements in the rice paper, and really loved the design. At times rice paper can be a little bit hard to cut with the cutter, so that's why I had the scissors out there. I'm applying my rice paper with Liquitex matte medium. I'm applying a generous coat of the matte medium to the surface, and then placing my design as much as I can in the center, and then also applying a coat of matte medium over the top. I did cut out a part of this. I do start in the middle of the piece and spread the matte medium outward. That helps to minimize the wrinkles. And I'll be adding some music and book pages just to add a little bit of interest to the piece, because I really love to do layers, if you didn't already know that. I love the texture, and so I wanted to go ahead and incorporate some collaging in on this piece as well. I was really pleased with how it turned out. And then I really loved this. This is a postcard from a collage pack from Sean Petit. You can find her collage packs at seanpetit.com, as well as her incredible line of stencils. And I'm just applying that postage up there at the top. I really liked that element. It just seemed to fit with the piece. So because it is spring calling, and the spring calling is actually the words are actually part of the rice paper. So I just left those as they were. And this step, I'm using the Tim Holtz Crackle Paint. And the last couple of times I've used it, it hasn't crackled like I expected it to. And so you're going to find out here in a little while why it hasn't been working. But here I go. I'm applying it using Sean Petit's lace stencil. Again, one of my absolute favorites. And I'm just applying that Crackle Paint just in various places around the piece. I believe I do it in all four corners slightly, and then a little bit on the edge on each side. So you'll see that as I move along. And here I'm showing you the texture that you can already see, even though the Crackle Paint is clear. And then I did wait, and I was very impatient. And what I learned here is that, and I'm going to show you a picture of the instructions just to be silly. I didn't shake or mix the Crackle Paint in the bottle, which the directions clearly say to mix it well, shake bottle well. And I did not do that. So I think that's why I'm not getting the crackle that I expect. But it turns out okay anyway. And actually more of the crackle came through as I moved through the project. So, and here I'm using my favorite Paris script stamp. That's a penny black stamp. And then this is the golden fluid acrylic in ultramarine violet, not violent. I really wanted to bring out the purple and the lavender in that little flower bud there on towards the left-hand side of the piece. I really wanted to bring that color out, and I do a lot of back and forth with my colors to bring that out. I bring in some the golden fluorescent magenta, as well as the phthalo turquoise, which is the color that is already naturally in the leaves. in this rice paper design. So you're going to see me go back and forth between the colors, just getting the balance of color that I want. Because I was working along and applying the colors, and then it was too pink, and then it was too dark, and then it didn't have enough purple. And so I wanted to show you that because sometimes it's kind of that intuitive thing in us as we create and as we expand our skills and techniques, that we actually learn what is pleasing to our eye as the creator. And that's what I found here to be the case with this piece. The phthalo turquoise was beautiful, but it was counter to what I was trying to get, which was to bring out the lavender or the purple in that flower bud. So on screen, this paint here that I'm using looks very orange, but it's not. It's a fluorescent pink. And I think I'm going to just have issues with the true colors until I update my webcam. So please bear with me. You can see the true colors in the still pictures at the end of the video. And so here I'm just coming in with a little bit more of that ultramarine violet, because again, I wanted that to be more of the predominant color. And then again, back in with the phthalo turquoise. This is a very, very powerful color, gorgeous. It is a staining color, so you want to be careful that if you're wanting to wipe any of it off, that you're doing that right away, because it is a staining color. And here I'm going to come in and give the whole piece a raw umber glaze. So that's my raw umber fluid acrylic and my golden glazing medium. And I'm just going to give all of this a good coat. I don't do the sides because I'm just going to paint the sides raw umber at the very end. And you'll be able to see that when we get a little bit further along here. And I'm going to wipe it back. I just wanted it to have kind of that antique look. When I think about roses, that's where my mind goes and my heart goes. And I've talked, and I don't actually know if these are roses. They may be a type of rose. I'm not exactly sure. To me, they look like roses, maybe more of a cabbage rose. And so there, I wiped it back quite a bit, but you can see where it's catching on some of that paper, kind of on the left center section of the piece. And I really liked that. And so again, here doing the dance, bringing in that purple again. It's actually ultramarine violet. It's a gorgeous color. But this time I'm going to come into some of the white space with these colors and kind of frame those flowers. And that really helped balance the piece out. I was really happy with that. But I did want to try and add some of the Art Alchemy Prima waxes. And so the colors that I'm using are Sweet Rose, which is a pink, Royal Rose, which is another variation of pink, Peacock, and Turquoise Satin. I'm not going to explain as I'm doing this because I just was really bouncing back and forth between the colors, kind of experimenting with what I liked. And if I didn't like it, I went over it with another color. And so it is really just experimentation. I really would like to swatch out the waxes on a dark surface and then on a light surface to see what the true colors are, because it's always kind of risky, I guess, because I don't really know what kind of color I'm going to get, especially on a project like this, but they're wonderful to work with. And so here I'm coming in, as I mentioned before, using my raw umber to paint the edges of the canvas. This is a beautiful gallery depth canvas. And this piece will be available in my shop at Etsy. And I'll put that in the description field, a link to my Etsy store. And so here I'm coming in with yet another color. And I didn't catch the screen. I think that's the Royal Robes, or it might be the Sweet Rose. I can't remember. But what I was struggling with here is I didn't feel like the pinks that I was trying to get in here were tying in with the flowers at all, the pink flowers, because they were a pinkish orange. But you'll be able to see in the final pictures that I was able to achieve that. And so here I'm coming in with my, this is actually a new soft pastel from Rembrandt, because I really chewed up my Soho. It's about half gone already. So I went ahead and ordered this Rembrandt brand of soft black pastel. And there's just a close-up of that texture is gorgeous. I do come in because I'm, again, not happy with the color there. So I'm coming in again with the ultramarine violet to bring out that purple. And I was able to do that over the wax. In places it didn't really cover great. And once you put wax on a project, you can't heat set it anymore because the wax will obviously melt. But this did the trick and I was really satisfied with it. And again, bringing in a little bit more of that phthalo turquoise. It's a gorgeous color. Love it, love it. Because I did want that rich depth of color, but I wanted to also retain the purple. And the pink just really struggled with that. I don't remember what I ended up with. I'll have to look at the video here at the end and see what I did end up coming in with on the pink. Maybe it was just this fluorescent magenta. Sorry, it's the end of a work day, so I'm tired and I've been talking to children all day. So I wanted to get this video up for you. I had a lot of amazing comments when I posted it on my Facebook page, so I wanted to get the tutorial up for you. And it was this fluorescent magenta. I was able to apply it and then wipe it back a little bit to soften it, and that was perfectly what it needed. And so it really tied well together. The roses were difficult because they had various tones of pink and pinkish orange in them. So, but I was really pleased with the final result. And then here I'm coming in with my charcoal pencil. This is just a general's charcoal pencil and just highlighting those words, spring calling. I'm so excited for spring. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my channel, I would love you to join us here and click that notification bell so you can be notified when I post another video. So here are some close-ups. I hope that you enjoy. Thank you for visiting my channel. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.